What's up, guys? Welcome back. We already know, some of you might know, some of you might have not known or heard this, but this is Simone Biles' story and his husband Jonathan. Um, People have been saying so much about an interview they had where the man said what we're gonna be watching right now, and I really want you guys to pay attention because I'll probably try to react to this story, but I think I want to react more to the response people are giving to the meaning people are drawing out of this, especially women. It's anyway. Let me allow you guys to watch it. So let's have fun.
Couple days, man, and it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, So I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August. So I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened, everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you're saying.
I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. I'm trying to, I'm like, it's kind of early. But, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. We just laughed the whole night.
Some point on this interview was just funny, but then I guess you guys understand what I'm trying to say, like the context of this story. So he basically described that what I heard. He basically described how they met, what he thought, and all those stuff. The only part of this thing that kind of feels weird to me is maybe her not like, it's more of like, sometimes when couple talk about their stories, they kind of talk about it together and all this kind of stuff. Could have been more interesting and all those kind of stuff. But then I guess he's talking about his perspective, because there's always like two sides to the stories, like how we met, what I thought, and all this kind of stuff. We all do that. But then you start to wonder, why are people tearing this man up? One, because he said he's the catch. Two, because it feels like she was the one that pursued him. And because three, so Simone Biles is a popular gymnastic. So yeah, she's well known. The guy is known too, but then it maybe not as popular as the lady because he plays football. Yeah, he's a team player or whatever they want to call it, but then that is what it is. He's also famous in his own word, but maybe not as the lady because of what she has accomplished or whatever she has won and all those kind of stuff, which makes sense for her to be more popular, being the first black gymnastic or gymnast, whatever, that won that. I don't follow that stuff sports, so I don't even know much. So my problem is why people keep saying, why won't you know who Simone Biles? Man, I don't know who she is. If not for this, I don't know. I watch those things during Olympics, but I don't follow them. I don't even know their names. Even if I don't even know one Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian, so I don't even know one Nigerian who performs. I know one that recently won stuff, but I don't even know her name. So even if you mention her name the other day, I watch soccer and I only know men's soccer. That's what I'm interested in. That's the only thing I watch, and that's all I know when it comes to this. I don't try to memorize people's name if it's not something that comes up occasionally and all the time and all this kind of stuff. So, and you know, one thing about these Olympics is something that happens like once in so many years. It's not like some other sports that is all the time. You get to see these people perform all the time and other stuff. So it's okay for somebody not to know who this lady is. Personally, for me, like I said, I don't know who she is. So do I come out in public and say I don't know who she is, and then you want to shame me for it? You be crazy to do that, because if I start asking you to mention some people, even if it's black or white or whatever, that are from your race and what they have won, you probably won't get all of it. But then I guess this is because it's a relationship situation, and some women being women, they would like to, blow this out of proportion and then make the man the bad guy and all this thing. But anyway, let me take you to the reaction, that because I think that's where I want to bring up most of my points from. But then let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what they're saying.
Who was really the catch in?
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you're saying?
Because I was fighting it.
Now, he may not have known who she was when he met her, but this is the Simone Biles, Olympic gold medalist.
Let me start with this. He might not know who she is, but she is the Simone Biles. Does that make any sense? When I say I don't know somebody, should I know them because they are? For example, if I ask you, do you know who Lionel Messi is? And you tell me, no. And I say, oh, the Lionel Messi. You don't know the person? That's crazy. You must be... I mean... That doesn't make any sense. So even if somebody is very popular, not everybody knows every popular person. So don't make it look like he must or he should know. Or even if I admit that I don't know somebody, then you don't want me to say that I don't know the person, like I know the person. What am I even saying? You want me to admit that I know the person when I don't know the person? Because they are who they are. I mean, isn't that really weird to you?
Some respect on Simone's name. But he also goes on to talk about how he's the catch.
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
And this is why I believe that men like this think so. When you are, as a woman, are pursuing a man, it makes them feel like they're the prize. He goes on to talk about in the interview how, they met on this dating app and she kept messaging him first. She even drove 45 minutes to come see him on the first date. Like, it always seemed like she was in the role of the pursuer. Now, that's how men talk about you when you are the one pursuing them. I always say they chase, we choose. That's why we don't drop down on our knee and propose to men. That's why we're not calling first and pursuing men, approaching men that we meet out in the wild. You don't do that because this is how they talk about you. They feel like, oh my goodness, she must really think I'm something. Like, you don't want them to start sounding like this. It's not what you want, okay? But this is what happens when women pursue men. They think that they're the prize. You can't convince this man that she's not lucky to be with him. We don't even know who he is. We don't even know who he is. Besides being Simone Biles' husband, we don't even know who he is, and he still think, yeah, she lucky she have found me. Is she?
You see what I'm saying here? You see why this doesn't really make any sense in any way, because now she's saying, I don't even know who he is. Just the way you don't know who he is in your world, somebody else knows who he is. But then because you're having this conversation and you want to play the all women supporting women, but the fact is that you're not even supporting this woman because the woman is not even asking for your support. You're just being hateful. That's what it is. You're just trying to bash this woman. One another thing about some ladies is that they have this motto, or they have this thing, they say, baby, do what works for you, do girl, do this. Until you do what they don't like, then they will call you out on it. As long as you're doing what they like, as long as you're doing what pleases them, they'll praise you, they'll push you. As long as you're doing anything that they feel like, yeah, it's okay, they'll praise you. But the moment you do the one that they feel that is not okay, not the one that is not okay in general terms, but the one they feel that is not okay, then they will come out to call you out on it and other stuff. That's this whole thing about happening here. Personally, for me, I don't believe in the whole prize and catch thing, because I believe that everybody is the prize. And let me just use it. Everybody's the prize, everybody's the catch. When you meet somebody and you choose the person, this is who you want to chase. That person is supposed to become the most special person in your life, and vice versa. So if you both of you see yourself as people who want each other and who desire to be with each other, then that's fine. That's okay. That's both of you are the prize to each other, because you're getting something and they're getting something. But the problem is that this mindset that women are the prize, or in the sense that this mindset that oh, you are this commodity, or that you are this thing, then they should worship you, they should cry at your feet, they should do everything for you while you just relax and all those kind of stuff. It sounds so annoying, it sounds so weird, and that's the problem. That's why most people have adopted it. They come into a relationship, a guy is pursuing you, he's trying to get to know you, he's trying to even impress you and all those stuff, and you just relax. Like some of you see on my last video where they asked the lady, a man pursues, does everything, what do you do? He's like, you show up, you be yourself, you just show up beautiful. Like, how does that help the man in any way? The funny thing is that most people don't even know what they are coming into a relationship to do. See, the day you stop seeing relationship as this prize or catch or whoever it is, when the guy said he's a catch, anyway, that's his business. Like I said, nobody's the catch. So when you know why you're in a relationship, you don't try to see yourself as even the catch. You don't even try to see the other person as the catch. You, both of you, see yourself as people who want each other. That's the way it should be. But then, because all these things are becoming, these people hating these people and these people hating these people, it becomes a problem. And yeah, I always say this too. I always believe that if a guy likes you, he should make the move. He should, if there's any point of traveling to anywhere, he should travel and go see the lady. Just because you are the man, you are the one trying to lead, you should take the lead and all those stuff. But in a situation where the lady decides to do it, that doesn't mean it's wrong. The where it becomes tricky is if you're doing it for a man who has an inflated ego, or a man who is just there to use you. That's where it becomes a problem, because that's the thing. Most times, for me, someone like me, I usually tell people, even if a lady comes today to tell me that she likes me or she loves me and all that stuff, if I like her back, I'll pursue her like normal. If I like her back, I'll pursue her normal. But if I don't like her back, I'll just gracefully tell her, I don't feel this way for you. And that's where it ends. We don't have to have that conversation with anybody or anything. But the problem is that some guys, yeah, I agree that sometimes when they do this, the guys might start spreading the whole thing. Oh, she pursued me and all those kind of stuff. But then in this situation, that's not even what it is. In this situation, you're trying to paint a picture that is not even existing. These are people telling their own perspective of their love story. That is what happened, and they're telling it the way it happened. She drove and came to meet her. Do you want him to say, oh, no, I drove? Or do you want him to leave out that information just to make you feel good? Does that make sense? I feel like most people that are reacting to this video are trying to say that this guy should have done this in a different way to make the lady, or to make her feel like feel good or something. I don't know how to use it, but that's not the real story. That's not the truth. That's not what happened. It's like trying to make him lie to you, because you know the funny thing is that I don't like saying it, because I know it doesn't apply to every woman, but it seems like most women like when they are lied to. I think that's the truth. Most of you like when you're lied to, but anyway, I know it's not all of you, but some of you need help.
Simone Biles' husband is a walking red flag.
Oh.
This man got into a relationship with Simone Biles, and he's acting like she's the one who should be lucky.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she got to be good.
I just don't believe that he didn't know who Simone Biles was. Like, think that he has a...
Why wouldn't you believe? Why wouldn't you believe? So, still the same thing I'm talking about. Why wouldn't you believe? Somebody's telling you, I don't know this person. You don't believe him. Because what? Because someone oh my God. I mean, some of you, when you listen to this, you see that this is not just, they're not being critical about this. It's just being hateful towards this guy because he's a guy and the lady is a lady, women supporting women and all this kind of stuff. That's the whole thing. Yeah. That's what it is.
Of jealousy towards his wife. Listen to this.
It was all these moms and, they're there with their kids, and we walked past and everybody stopped and just, kids are like shaking and it's like, oh my God. And I'm like,
You thought it's because you thought you were fine.
Man, nah. It's just funny. They asking me. They like, here, can you take this picture? And I'm like...
He centered so much of their love story around the fact that she chased him.
Because she wouldn't have...
It's not what happened. He's telling his part of the story, how it happened. He's sharing a story. He's not leaving out any detail. Because what you want him to do is to leave out details that actually kind of shows that the lady made a move, or like she showed interest. That's the problem with so many women today, is that a guy is chasing you and you're not showing any level of interest, and you want that guy to keep chasing you like till tomorrow, and then when the guy leaves, you start feeling bad about it. No, that's not how it works. What she was basically doing was she was being proactive with her, the way she's showing interest. Oh, I like this guy. Wow, the guy does stuff. Oh yeah, let me follow up. Let me do this, do that, do that. And they are married. You are not.
Chances are, like, I probably wouldn't have. I probably was just, mine would have went somewhere else and wouldn't have thought to, but she measured me. And
we've all been here where we're all just like googly eyes for, a mediocre man who doesn't actually like see us as a person. And it's so easy to just be like, oh my goodness, he can do no wrong, and make a lot of excuses. Kind of look at that type of talk as funny or endearing. He was low-key dissing her multiple times in this interview. And men do this all the time. If you read between the lines of this podcast interview, it's just like actually sad more than anything. Also, he made her drive to see him. This is crazy to me, because if a guy actually
made
wants
her drive to see him, how did he come to the conclusion of that? How? So a lady can't decide, oh, maybe let me just come see him. Did he ever say, oh, I told her if she doesn't come to me, then I will go, then I will not continue with this or something? You see what I'm saying? Assumption, filling in gaps, or what people never said just to sound interesting. That's never what he said. That's never what he said. He just said she drove and came to see me. She drove 45 minutes to see me. Probably because she wanted to. Oh my God. Man, you ladies are something else.
See you, he's going to go the distance to see you. I went on a date with a guy that drove 2 hours. 2 hours. It was a 4-hour round trip to go on a first date with me, a coffee date. I have no judgment towards Simone at all. I think that this is just like very common in a lot of relationships. It's just like insane that a man that is married to Simone Biles would talk like that. Like, the enthusiasm was not there. People have way more enthusiasm for talking about their pets than he did talking about his wife. And I'll say, I listened to the podcast and I really loved his story. He was very vulnerable. He seems like a good guy, but hold
it there. You listened to the whole podcast. You did not even bring any part of the whole podcast that you felt like was good about him, or things you felt like he's a good guy. Remember, you said he was a red flag initially. Now you're saying he's a good guy. You did not even bring any of those parts to post it. But it's this part that doesn't go well with you, then you run with it. You see, that's the part of social media that I kind of just hate so much. People can spend 45 minutes talking about something super interesting, but maybe because we are human beings and we'll talk, and sometimes we might not be very calculative of what we say because it's a discussion and all those kind of stuff. Then you see people, they will go snip out that 10 seconds or that 1 minute that you said something that they might not agree with, forget the whole podcast, and then focus on those things, and then call you out on that, call you a red flag, call you narcissist, and all those kind of stuff. That's basically what she's doing. That's basically what most of them are doing. If you watch the full podcast, you won't have this view.
So bothered by the way that he's talked about Simone in this. There are so many men who are okay with their baseline of happiness just being so low. So they'll stay in relationships with people that they don't actually like that much. And I think a lot of men just aren't happy, and instead of being honest with that with their partner, they're just mean. I don't doubt for a second that he loves her.
So what's your point?
I do wonder, like, how much does he like her? Like, Simone as a person. I just wish that he would talk about that more. I'm also just tired of men being so unenthusiastic about the person that they're with. I'm like, if you don't feel excited and happy to tell people about your partner or your relationship, when you love someone, or even just something, when you talk about it, you're able to like feel it from the other person. It's just like, oh my goodness, this person loves that thing, and you know it for sure. And you don't have to question it at all. But this man is making us all question, does he even like her? And that means that his enthusiasm to be with Simone Biles is too low. Anyways, if I'm ever in a relationship with a man who has any sort of tone close to this when talking about me or our relationship, I'll just go find a different one, because
it's normal. It's
this
normal
type
for
of tone,
you guys.
this type of attitude, not it.
I mean, it's normal for you guys to always want, if it's not exciting, if it's not making you happy all the time, then you look for somebody else. It's a normal thing for most young ladies today. But then, this is not, he is not technically talking about like the lady per se. He's not even talking about the lady. The question is not how do you feel about Simone Biles. That's not the question. The question is how did you meet? How did both of you come to be? And the thing I'm saying here is that you people would just want him to lie. You would. I think I saw one therapist that was saying how he should have said this thing to sound so interesting, like, and even the way she was putting it, she was just trying to bring it to the point where he should have painted the whole situation look like he's the one that pursued her, like pursued her in the sense like was just after her and all those kind of stuff. And the funny thing and ironic about this thing is that the ladies at the studio smiling because she knows that what the guy is saying is true. And if there wasn't any atom of truth in what he was saying, she would probably say no, that's not what happened, or that's not how it is. And the truth is that so many popular people, famous people, sometimes they want people that they want to date or be with are people who sees them beyond their accolades. The people that don't just see them because, oh, you're Simone Biles or you're Lionel Messi or you're Cristiano Ronaldo. They want people that see them as a normal human being, a day-to-day human being. That's the kind of people they want to be with. And there are some guys too, or some ladies too, who want whoever that they are with, they don't want it to be like, oh, because you're popular, I should be worshiping you. No, they want to see you as a human being before your popularity. They want to see your normal character, who you are as a person, how you relate to others before they start talking about your fame and all those kind of stuff. So there are some people who, when you come out and you tell them, oh, I'm Lionel Messi, or I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, or I'm Simone Biles, they're like, oh, how are you? People like me. Oh, how are you? Because personally, for me, I've tried to understand how people get moved by celebrities and all those kind of stuff. Like, even if I see Cristiano Ronaldo today, I'm like, oh, hi, what's up? It's not that I disrespect him or I don't acknowledge what he has done. Yeah, but it doesn't freak me out. I'm not freaked out. I don't know if I make sense. I don't get freaked out. I know there's so many people out there that are that way. There's so many other people that when they see their celebrity crush or when they see their celebrity, they are like, their whole body is shaking. They feel like they have the whole autograph stuff and those kind of stuff. All of us are not that way. So even if we see somebody who is very famous, we don't try to kill ourselves to get to meet them or stuff like that. We might appreciate them, appreciate whatever they have accomplished, accord them the respect that they deserve, praise them what we need to praise them. But then that doesn't mean that when I see them, I lose my whole home training. No. I mean, Anyway, if you enjoyed this video today, remember to subscribe, remember to share, remember to follow, remember to like this video so that YouTube can help us to get more views. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. Watch this video that will be showing up next year, and I know you'll be learning a lot. Thank you very much for staying up to this point. See you in the next video. Peace. Bye.